Hi, everybody.
Hi,
Welcome.
how are you?
Hi, Wanda. It's been a couple of days since I've seen you. Oh, she's not even in yet. Hi, Joy. Hi, Karen. Hi, Patty and Robin and Anita and Linda.
Hi.
Hi. So glad you're joining me today. Give another minute or so for some more to drop in, and then we'll get started. Oh, excuse me. Got a good yawn going there. I'm already relaxed before we get started. Hi, Deborah and Margaret. I think you guys just made it in.
Good afternoon.
Hi.
What's this show?
Wanda's still having trouble connecting. Huh. Well, let me go ahead and get a couple of things started. Let's see. We have to do some basic information with the slides before we kick off. So let's just go ahead and get moving with that. Kind of the housekeeping. Hi, I am Ty with Tai Chi. I've been thinking about changing my last name to Chi, but I think that would be overdoing it. Tai Chi is a gentle moving meditation practice. Since we started this class a few weeks ago, we've been working on a sequence called Sung Style 12 Forms. I've been calling it multiple names. I've now centered that I'm going to refer to it as the Sung Style 12 Forms to avoid confusion in the future when we do something else. It is a beginner sequence. Everything in this Tai Chi for beginners will be beginner sequences and things that I hope that you'll enjoy doing. I live in Lake Mary, Florida. That's just outside of Orlando, Florida. Probably never heard of Lake Mary, but I bet you heard of Orlando. I spent my formative years studying biology and psychology and computer science. And then I had a career with several federal agencies, the DOD, the USDA Forest Service, and left that eventually to go into working with medical centers and IT management. And from there, I moved on and went into consulting. And I stayed into consulting for medical centers for their computer data until I retired a couple of years ago. So I was a programmer, manager, consultant, teacher. I taught a lot of classes to people at medical centers on how to use their data more efficiently, more wisely, get it more accurately. And then I started getting in more heavily into teaching yoga, Tai Chi, and Qigong. I'm trained and certified in all those modalities. I started practicing Hatha yoga back in my 20s, but I never really got serious about my yoga until my 50s when I discovered Kundalini yoga and realized, oh my goodness, that is a whole world of difference. It's not going to the gym, it's therapeutic. So, Kundalini yoga is my first love when it comes to yoga because it makes us healthier, not and a side benefit is the things like a little stronger and more flexible. Same thing with Tai Chi. Once I discovered Tai Chi, I was drawn to it because I had balance issues and discovered, my goodness, it's therapeutic in so many ways. Today, I'm here to guide you through Sung style Tai Chi forms. We'll do 6 of them today and help you learn the general practice. The way these 12 or slash 24 forms work is I teach you 6 at a time. We practice those 6, and then at like a patchwork quilt, we start putting them together and build a longer sequence. And over time, I hope to help you expand from just the mechanics of those movements to developing a deeper meditative practice in those movements. We're to here today thanks to Get Set Up. They bring all of us seniors together so that we can share knowledge. We learn useful skills from each other so we can move on and do more wonderful things in our retirement. We learn from each other. Now, for this class today, since it is a movement class, it really benefits you and me both if your camera's on, because then I can see what you're doing and I know where to go next. But if you don't want to have your camera on, that's fine. You can keep it off. But I hope at a future class, you're more comfortable with me in the class and you might consider turning the camera on. If you want a recording, this class is being recorded by John. He's our TA today. And if you have any technical issues with Zoom, etc., during the class, go to chat and chat with John, and he'll do whatever he can to help you or refer you for help. But he's doing the recording today, and after class, you just email help@getsetup.io, and they'll hook you up with the recording that John's making. If you didn't make it in today, because the class did get full, all the registrations were gone. So if you didn't make it in by registration, I hope you're watching on live stream, and congratulations if you made it in that way. The best way to join us, though, the best way to participate is obviously to register and come into the class, and maybe on a future class, you're able to register early enough and join us. You might want to look at available classes after this one's over today and see where you can book something. Now, we don't advertise on Get Set Up. Get Set Up is not paid to promote any specific products or services. Now, this is the important caveat. It is expected that you've spoken to your physician about what your limits are for any movement or exercise program that you start. This is a very gentle movement program. I have never met a doctor who says, don't do this. If anything, they're telling you, please do Tai Chi. But there could be a limit to what you should do in your Tai Chi because of a health condition or a medication. So follow your doctor's advice. No matter what direction I take in my directions to you, please follow your doctor's advice first. If I tell you to twist and you shouldn't, then don't twist. Your doctor knows you better than I do. And whatever your doctor says, he or she, those words are priority number one. Now, Tai Chi has certain objectives. Maybe some of these objectives is what drew you to Tai Chi. We work to develop a better integration of mind and body. Our mind and body get to where they're not synced as much as they could be, and your mind is racing without the body, or your body's moving without thinking. Well, we use breath and movement to try to pull that sync a little tighter and give you better integration. Improve balance. I have issues with my feet. I need to deal with fall mediation. That's one thing that drew me to Tai Chi. Well, Tai Chi teaches us to use better posture and to be more aware of our body. And because of that, we improve our balance. And there comes the fall prevention. Stress. Tai Chi helps you bring on a calmness of mind. Tai Chi teaches you how to access your relaxation response. And altogether, that's going to decrease the effects of stress on you. You can't stop stress, but you can deal with it better. We're going to learn to slow down. That's one of the big objectives. Slow down physically, mentally, slow down in life, so that you can explore and experience and enjoy life more in the moment and just not let it just keep passing us by. Overall, be healthier. Tai Chi, gentle movement, helps the body to work more efficiently. Some organs and glands in your body don't work very well unless you're moving. Some don't work at all unless you're moving. So you're going to be healthier just from this gentle movement. Maybe one or more of these things actually pulled you into Tai Chi. I know they did me. Now, there's three basic forms in Tai Chi. One's called universal posture, Wuji, or total balance. It's basically the standing beginning posture. Commencement is the first posture you do, or first form you do when you're starting your sequence in your practice. And open and close is just a very common, simple form that we use to separate other forms. I've been covering these more in detail in my first class, what Tai Chi, why it's great for seniors. If you want a little more detail and experience practicing these three, please come to my Tai Chi, why it's great for seniors. It's one of those classes you only need to come to one time. It's kind of an intro, but I do cover these a little more detail now because I'm starting to gloss them over a little bit more in the beginner's class to give us more time for the other forms that we want to explore. So that doesn't mean I'm not going to tell you how to do these forms. I am, but we're not going to spend as much time on them as I used to. So if you haven't been to Tai Chi, why it's great for seniors, register and drop into one of the class one time. Tai Chi for beginners is to come in as often as you can. Okay, we have basically 12 forms in this sequence that we're going to learn. And each one we're going to learn to the right and to the left. So you could call it 24 forms. We break it up into part 1 and part 2. Part 1 I call single whip because it is basically the first form in the sequence. Today, we're going to work on single whip left. So we're going to be practicing open and close, single whip left, open curtain with the right hand, wave hands in the clouds, open and close, and closing. The others that we have practiced in the past was to the right, where I got a little bit more into detail with the universal posture and the commencement. And then, of course, part 2 is brush the knee right and brush the knee left. We've been practicing that the last 2 weeks. So each week, I'll keep switching it up, and we'll see how we're going to work on pulling it all together. I actually don't know how I'm going to bring that into class yet, but I'm working on it. Now, there are some little practice recommendations. Do only what you're comfortable with. Do only what you're capable of doing, doctor says. Wear loose, comfortable clothing and flat, well-fitting, soft shoes. Do not practice if you're really hungry or immediately after a meal. Listen to your body and take rest periods as needed. Stop anytime you might feel pain, because we don't deal with pain here. That actually says there's injury coming or already there. Stay in your comfort zone for level of exertion. We all have different needs every day. Some days you're going to be more tired than others. Stay in your comfort zone for exertion. Range of motion. Don't twist or reach further than you should. Watch your length of practice. If you tire, sit down. If you're seated and you're tired, relax in the chair. Move as slowly, continuously, and smoothly as you are able. That is Tai Chi. Slow down and flow. Now, when you're learning the mechanics, you're not going to flow that well, and don't sweat it. You've got to get past the mechanics and build up that brain-body connection with the mechanics before you're able to flow. Breathe always. No holding breath. Breathe naturally and easily. Breathe into your belly if you can remember to, instead of your chest. Use only the minimum of effort necessary to do the movements. This is a gentle, soft movement. We don't go to the extremes. We don't stretch. We don't move to our extremes. You move maybe 70 or 80% of your reach. You take small steps, not big steps. So use as little effort as you can and keep the body soft and relaxed. You might want to imagine that the air around you is something that's dense, maybe like a fog or a thick cloud, and your hands are moving as though you're swimming through it with a little bit of resistance to slow you down. Maybe you just imagine pressing against that resistance as you move. Some people like to pretend they're in some sort of, jello, but I don't like that myself. I like the thick fog. To sum it up, let go. Less is more. There is no hurry in Tai Chi. We deal with some practice guidelines, and I'm not going to go into detail with them right now, but in each class, I will talk about one of these guidelines and try to repeatedly bring it out in class. And today, we're talking slow movement. Most exercise programs focus on exertion and straining. We've all been to a gym class or a class somewhere where basically we sweated. And they do this as a means to achieve increased strength and endurance, which is all good, but it's all good, but it's not what we're doing. We're pursuing the same increase in strength and endurance by using slow, relaxed movement. You will still get stronger. You will still build endurance, but you'll also be able to relax and deal better with stress because of this practice. The slower the movement, the greater the strength and the endurance benefit, the greater the endurance benefit. Now in class, we're not going to go as slow as you might practice at home because we're squeezing a lot of information in class. But when you're practicing at home, if you should so choose to do so, slow it down. And with that being said, let's practice some Tai Chi. Now you can be standing or seated, or you can have a chair handy for support, whatever serves you best. Wear some indoor soft shoes. I have tennis shoes on right now. I'm going to switch over to what I call my Tai Chi shoes, and I will show them to you in case you haven't been in a class before and this is new to you. and have water accessible. And let me switch over now. I'm going to pop out some music and share it with you guys. Hopefully you can hear the music now. These are Tai Chi shoes. I got mine for 12 bucks on Amazon. That was 8 years ago. So if you actually want some official Tai Chi shoes, you can order them online. But a soft clean pair of tennis shoes works fine. So if you're seated, sit up straight. If you're standing, stand up straight. Quick rundown on Wuji. Hips over heels. Shoulders over hips. Relax the shoulders. Let the arms sort of dangle. Soften the knees just a little. Just a little bounce in your knee. Nothing excessive. Breathe into your belly. Every exhale is a chance to soften the body and relax a little bit into your body. This is our go-to position. We always start from here, and we will start from it multiple times today. Just to give you a quick rundown on commencement, you start from Wuji. Rotate the shoulders with soft arms and soft wrist. Allow the hands to come down and sink in the knees a little. And bring the hands up the chest and reach out. Notice my elbows are soft. I'm not stretching. The palms are facing each other, but they're hanging down just a little. Then the elbows bend and you bring the hands in. Do that again. Find your Wuji, stand up tall and relax the body. Commence by rotating the shoulders and raising the hands. Bring the arms down to the belly button. Up the chest. And reach out. And back in as the elbows come down. That's commencement. It's pretty simple. Let's do that one more time, and then I'm going to add some feet motion. So find your Wuji. Rotate the shoulders. Bring the hands down to the belly button, and then up the chest. Reach out. And bring the hands in as the elbows come down. Now we're going to take a step while we do that. Commencement actually has a step. And the way you do that is you bring your weight to your right foot. Actually, let's do a couple of shifts. Let's bring the weight to the left foot and to the right foot. It's really good just to notice the sensation of your weight shifting. I'm gonna actually separate my feet a little wider for balance, stability. But you'll notice how your weight really does shift as you push to one foot versus the other. Your center of gravity is actually, I'm going to use my hand to represent the center of gravity. It's actually moving as I put the weight on one foot and the other. That's it. Nice straight posture, but putting the weight on the foot and back. You can turn this into a moving meditation of its own. Breathing the whole time. We take safe steps in Tai Chi, and the way we call it a safe step, and the way we do it is you bring your weight to a foot. So we're going to bring our weight to the right foot. When your weight is firmly on that right foot, you can feel the four corners of the foot firmly on the ground, and there's weight on it. The other foot is easy to pick up and put back down. And that's a safe step right there. I mean, I'm not losing my balance as I lift the foot and put it down. So I'm going to lift that left foot and step out a small step and put my heel down and then step forward on that foot. So let me see if I can get in a better position to show you there. Now you can see my feet better. Bring the weight to the right foot lift the left, step out and put the heel down. I bring the weight down on the left foot as it flattens, and my center of gravity now has pushed into my left knee. One more time. Back to Wuji. Weight to the right foot. Step out with the left foot. Find your balance on that left foot, and then you can lift the right foot to come join it. And then your weight goes back to the center. That was a safe step. To do it quickly, it's basically weight to the right foot, step out with the left, weight to the left foot, bring the right foot in. Safe step. Let's put commencement with that. So find your Wuji. Soft knees, soft shoulders. Rotate the shoulders. Bring the hands down to the belly button. As the hands come up the chest, you start bringing that weight to the right foot. That weight goes to the right foot as the hands are coming up. When the hands are at the chest, your weight should be fully on the right foot, and you step out with the left. And as you're bringing the weight to the left foot, reach the hands forward. Bring the weight to the left foot fully, lift the right foot, and set it down. Elbows come down. That's commencement. So, one more time, and then I'll move on to the next form. So find your Wuji. Rotate the shoulders, inhale. Exhale, bring the hands down to your belly button as you sink into the knees. Raise the hands up the chest as you step out on the left foot. Reach forward, weight on the left foot, bring the right to join. Elbows come down. Beautiful. See, that can be relaxing. Now, when the hands are together like this, we're usually either starting or stopping a sequence. That's why I call this the open close. I call it the separator. It's kind of like grammatically a conjunction or a dash between phrases. It's a separator. So we do an open and close before we go into this sequence. And an open and close is pretty basic. Your hands are facing each other. The palms are. Your fingers are soft and curved around basically a ball, a volleyball or a cantaloupe. Your fingers are just holding that invisible ball right there. You might even want to consider that it's an energy ball that just spins in your hands, just a natural body energy that's flowing. But for the open and close, you separate the hands a couple of inches and then bring them back in. We also call this pulsing. I have to breathe in a certain way with this. I inhale as I separate, and I exhale as they come back together. Maybe that works for you. I also raise up in my knees a little on the inhale, and I settle in my knees on the exhale, softening the knees again. So that's your open and close. We're going to use that today to start our single whip sequence. So find your Wuji. Bring your hands to heart center, and we will do an open and close together. Open and close. Now let me demo for you the whole sequence that we're going to be working on today. I'm going to demo it facing you, and then I'm going to turn around and demo it back. Single whip to the left. I start with the open and close. And then I push out to the left at 45 degrees, and I open the curtain. The hands separate. I'll give you more detail as we go into it. Open the curtain and wave hands in the clouds. Waving hands in the clouds happen while we're taking 3 steps to the side, small steps. And then at the end of 3 of those, the hands come back to heart center for an open and a close. Let me do that again. I'm going to do it again facing you, and then I'm going to flip around. Open, close, single whip to the left. Open the curtain waving hands in the clouds. Now I'm going to give you one demo with my back to you, and because some people like to follow along while I'm looking away. So I'll start facing you and then I'll whip around. So open and close, single whip to the left. If you're new to this, don't worry. We're going to go into detail after I finish this demo. Open and close. So let's talk single whip for a minute. Find your Wuji, hands at the open and close, and we start with an open and a close. The single whip, you take your torso. Now your torso, your neck, and your head are going to stay in one line. You literally move the head and the torso together in this procedure, in these movements. So the first movement we're going to have is you're going to turn that torso 45 degrees to the left. You're just kind of going to look off to the left, 45 degrees, and you're going to take that left foot and you're going to step out to 45 degrees. So your toe is pointing out at an angle. So I'm facing you here. I'm going to put my weight on my right foot, and then I'm going to set my left foot out at 45 degrees and bring the weight down on it. Just like we took the step in commencement. So back to the energy ball. Open and close. Open and close. Single whip to the left. Step out 45 degrees to the left. And you're going to take the hands and you're going to turn the hands palm away. So you were like this. You're going to turn the palms away from you. Open and close. Single whip to the left. Step out. Push with the palms away as though you're pushing a curtain. Like there's an energy curtain in your way and you're pushing against it and you're bringing the weight to that left foot. Push. You're not leaning into it. You're keeping a nice straight back and just pushing the arms. It's just the arms moving. Let's try that again. Open and close. Single whip to the left. Bring your weight to the right foot. Let me teach you a trick. Because of the way my pelvis is made, I need a little extra angle. So as I bring my weight to the right foot, I lift my heel and turn it out just a little twist, because that helps my pelvis. So as I'm bringing the weight to the right foot, I'm just lifting and turning a little. Then when I turn 45 degrees to the left, it's far more comfortable for me. I lift that left foot and step out, very small step. Push the energy curtain. Now, as you push the curtain, you're really bringing weight firmly on that left foot, which is what you want. So it's like push. You don't push 100, you push about 70 or 75%. Your elbows are still soft. Very isometric. So let's come back to our Wuji. Open and close. Single whip left. Weight to the right foot. Turn out to the left and very small step down to the heel. And as you bring the weight down fully on that foot, you push the energy curtain away. Now, the next form is open the curtain. You're going to take you're going to leave your left hand exactly where it is. You're going to take that right hand and just rotate it in front of you. You're going to pivot on your own spine, pivot on your backbone, and open that curtain. Your eyes follow the right hand until the curtain is open. Your arms are reasonably spread apart. Bring the hands back together, put the weight on the left foot, and let's do that again. Notice how your weight is on the left foot. As you open the curtain and your eyes follow that right hand, your weight starts shifting automatically from the left foot to the right foot. That's when you know you got the curtain open, is when your weight is firmly on that right foot and you're looking off to your right side. You've kind of opened up the chest a bit there. One more time, and then let's move into the next form. Hands back together on the left. Open the curtain as the weight shifts from the left foot to the right foot. Now, since our weight is on our right foot, our left foot is free to do something. So lift your left foot and bring it back to join the right foot, back to where we started. And then this is fun. This is called a swoosh. Your left hand, this one over here, if you're mirroring me, that's fine. But this hand swishes, and you kind of have a L-shaped arm. So the hand swishes down, and it's somewhere near the elbow of the other hand. It doesn't have to be there. It just can be anywhere, just in that general vicinity. Let's go through the sequence and get to that point again. So find your Wuji, and remember, Wuji is stand tall, and the short form is stand tall and relax the body. That's Wuji in simple terms. Nice spongy knees. Hands up to the open and close at the heart center, and you open, close, settle back into the body. Single whip left. Bring your weight to your right foot. Step out to the left. Push the energy curtain with your weight going to your left foot. Open the curtain. The eyes follow the right hand, and your weight shifts to the right foot. The left hand swishes down to be near the right elbow, and you bring that left foot in. When you're flowing, those two movements just happen at the same time. Now, so our feet are back where we started. Our right hand is off to the right, and we're looking at the back of our right hand, and the left hand is just near the right elbow. And we're going to start our waving hands in the clouds. This is the tricky one. We're going to repeatedly switch hands, and the way you do that is take the low hand, raise it up, and it takes the place of the upper hand. So it's going to go up, and the upper one's going to come down. So it's like I'm like this, and I'm going to change to this. Does that make it's? That's literally the mechanical movement right there. But the way you're going to do it is, instead of bringing that one hand back, you're just going to take it up and replace that hand and bring it down, which is going to twist you a little bit. You're going to do this. Notice how my torso goes into that a little bit. That's it. You twist just a little bit as you switch hands. So let's give that a try. Let's go back to our open and close and go through the sequence. Open and close. Single whip to the left. Turn 45 degrees and push the energy curtain. Open the curtain, watching the back of the right hand. Bring in the left foot and swish the right hand down. Now, take the left hand and replace the right hand, and take the right hand down and point it to the left elbow. Step out with your left foot. And as you take that step to your left foot, rotate back, watching the back of the left hand. This is your first time, don't sweat it. Now, when your weight's on the left foot and the left hand is in the air and you're looking at the back of it, we're going to switch hands again. And notice when you bring the right hand up and put it over the left, you bring the left hand down, you'll twist a little bit left into your torso. And then you'll bring the right foot in and twist and rotate back. That was one. Now switch hands, step out to the left and rotate to the left. Switch hands, bring in the right foot and rotate back to the right. Switch hands and rotate to the left. Switch hands, step in from the right foot and rotate back to the right. And now the closing one is you bring the left hand up over the right hand, a little bit of a flare. You just kind of bring it up, yeah. Then the hands come back to heart center for an open and close. There's that connector again. So we did an open and close when we started single whip, and we do an open and close when we finish a single whip. So we got some time to practice the sequence. Let me point something out about waving hands. That's in the single whip sequence, waving hands is the challenge. It takes some getting used to, but once you get used to it, you do it without thinking. And I'm going to send on one of my notes that I mail out, I'll send a written description to help you do this at home. Plus you can order the video of today if you want it. But just remember, it's replace the hand and bring the other hand down and rotate. Replace the hand, bring the hand down and bring a foot in and rotate back. We're going to keep moving. Replace, step out and rotate. Switch hands, step in and rotate. So you do 3 steps. Replace the hands or switch the hands, step out and rotate. Switch the hands, step in and rotate. So it's 3 steps and you just go back and forth. It's kind of like a rocking motion. Let me do it with my back to you. Step out, switch hands, left hand goes up, right goes down, and you rotate. I'm doing it rather quickly. Step in, switch hands, and rotate back. Step out, switch hands, and rotate. Step in, switch hands, and rotate back. Step out, switch hands, and rotate. Switch hands, step in, and rotate back. Bring that hand up high. Turn your torso back forward and open and close. The more you do it, the less complex it seems. And the stepping is literally weight to the right foot, step out to the left, bring the weight to the left, bring in the right. Weight to the right, step out, bring the weight to the left, step in with the right. It's a rocking, and I'm really doing it extreme just to show it. But yeah, I mean, in reality, you don't wave your body that much. It's more like this. But it's just 3 steps to the side while you wave the arms, and it's all about the torso. Always looking at the back of the hand. Now, if you practice other forms of Tai Chi, maybe you have in the past or you will in the future, maybe even with me, sometimes waving hands in the clouds look different. If you've done Shibashi with me this morning, waving hands in the clouds were done differently. That's just the nature of Tai Chi. Different schools of Tai Chi create some of these forms in different ways. So let's go back to Wuji. And we're just going to take a moment to feel our Wuji. I want you to feel that firmness in the floor as you bring the weight back and forth. Start feeling a little bit of a grounding in the body with earth. You don't have to be touching earth to feel that grounding, because we're still connected to earth, gravity. We will always be connected to earth through gravity, as well as other energies. We will always be receiving energy from the sun, from above. We'll always be receiving energy from Mother Earth. So we are connected, but sometimes it's nice to take a moment and just try to feel that connection. And of course, while you're trying to sense that connection, becoming aware of it, pay attention to how soft your shoulders can become, how soft in the knees you can be, how relaxed your arms, your belly, your neck. How relaxed can you get and still keep enough energy in your body to stay standing? We call that active relaxation. You're moving, you're using muscular energy to stand and move, but you're relaxing into it. Okay, come centering. Center yourself in Wuji. Take an inhale with me. Breathe in and breathe out. Now let's do commencement form. Rotate at the shoulders. How relaxed can those arms be? The arms come down, they come toward your belly button. As they come up the chest, your weight goes to the right foot. You step out with the left foot. The arms come forward. And you take a step forward, and the elbows come down. Open and close. Single whip right. Bring your weight to the right foot. Step out 45 degrees to the left. Turn the palms away and push the energy curtain. Open the curtain by separating the right hand from the left and following it with your eyes. Your weight comes to the right foot. Your left foot comes in to join the right. The left hand swishes down toward the right elbow. The hands switch. The left goes high, the right goes low, and you step out and rotate, watching the back of that left hand. Your weight's on your left foot, so bring in the right. Switch hands and rotate back to the right. Switch hands, step out to the left and rotate. Step in, switch hands and rotate. Switch hands, step out and rotate. Switch hands, step in and rotate. As your torso comes back to center, bring the left hand a little higher than the right, and open and close. Beautiful. Let's do it again. For your practice, if you choose to practice at home, and I hope you do, say 5 minutes a day, or as much as you want to, but if you could minimal 5 minutes a day, choose one of the forms each class and work on that form between now and the next class. It could be open and close. It could be single whip. It could be waving hands in the clouds, though I recommend, unless you've been with me a couple of times, that you hold off waving hands in the clouds till you get some of the other forms. We have to learn the mechanics. We want to get the mind and body working on the mechanics so we don't have to think as hard about them. But the goal is to flow without thinking about it. And we want to be able to feel the movement, sense the body movement, sense where the body is in space, and enjoy the flow versus just memorizing. It's easy, well, it's not always easy, but it's easier just to memorize movements. Yeah, I move my arm, I walk this way, blah. But we want to start feeling it a little bit. We want to not only move, but we want to start noticing the sensations in our arms, in our legs, our body weight, our breath. It's better to feel one movement. It's better to feel open and close than it is to memorize 108 forms. Don't stress memorizing forms. Focus on learning 1 or 2 forms and building on it. So that's my advice for today. So let's practice it one more time. Come back to your Wuji. Inhale and exhale. Settle into your body, soften your knees. Commencement form, rotate at the shoulders. And drop the hands as they come down. They pull in toward your belly button. Your weight goes to the right foot as the hands come up the chest. Step out. As you step on that left foot, reach forward and bring the right foot to join the left. Elbows down, open and close. I'm going to step back so you can see my feet. Now, single whip. Turn to the left 45 degrees and step out and push. Open the curtain. The weight shifts to the right foot. Swish that one hand down to the elbow of the other. Bring the foot in to join. Switch hands and step out. Step in, switch hands, and rotate back. Step out, switch hands, and rotate. Step in, switch hands and rotate. Step out, rotate. Switch hands and rotate. I've totally lost count. I don't know how many we've done. Step in and rotate back. I think that was 3. Bring that hand up high. Hands come to heart center and you open and you close. Seems I have a visitor in the classroom. You want to come seated? Coda, can I put my chair where you are? Big guy, can you move? Thank you. Okay, let's go back to the slides so we can take care of some housekeeping. Okay, remember, Tai Chi is a slow, mindful movement practice. In your practice at home, when you're learning the mechanics, you may want to go as fast as we do in class. But as you get used to the mechanics and as you start learning them, then you can start slowing down and doing it a little more mindfully. Takeaway from class is experience to the exposure to the forms, experience with them, and learning the sequence. The actual work gets done between classes if you practice. Now, if you're a person who doesn't want to practice between classes, that's fine. I've always had students who just want to come to class, follow me, enjoy the class, and that's it. And you know what? That's fine. That's perfect if that's what you want to do. If you want to develop the practice, though, you will need to do a little practicing between class. 5 minutes a day. It'll make a major difference. You'll be shocked by how much difference it'll make. I recommend always putting on music. You can do it in silence if you want to, or nature sounds, which I think is great. But I recommend some soft, easy listening music. Doesn't matter what kind, but more important, maybe you don't like soft, easy listening. Maybe you like Metallica. I don't know. But if that relaxes you, then use it. Thank you for coming today. I just want to point out that we really enjoy your stories, our experiences, if you'll share them on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. If you have an experience or story you'd like to share, but you don't want to bother putting it on social media yourself, email Liz. She's a really nice lady, liz@getsetup.io, L-I-Z, and send her your information. She would love to post it on the blog and share it with everybody else. There's other classes at Get Set Up that are similar to Tai Chi, including Qigong and Slow Flow Yoga. For me, my next class will be Tai Chi, Why It's Great for Seniors, which is basically the intro to Tai Chi that I recommend everybody taking one time. You can take it more if you want to, but I don't think you need it more than once. And I give you a little bit of history of the various schools of Tai Chi and things like that, and then give you an introduction to those 3 basic forms. And then, of course, this class, Tai Chi for Beginners, which you should come to as often as you can. I also lead a class called Tai Chi Shibashi, which is not like this Tai Chi. It's basically 18 exercises for health. They do sequence, but they don't flow one into the other. So we'll do one for 6 or 8 times, and then we'll do the next one 6 or 8 times, and the next one 6 or 10 times, whatever. But we go through all 18 exercises, and it's a complete workout for the whole body, but yet still gentle. You hardly move your feet at all. I think 3 postures are 3 of the forms. We step forward with a foot, and that's all the feet do. So it's perfect for chair. Wonderful for chair. It's also good for standing if you just don't want to move around a lot, like you have balance issues like me. It's wonderful. I'm also going to start teaching a week from Friday a class called Kundalini Yoga. Now, if you've done yoga, you've probably been doing something called Hatha Yoga. In this country and North America and Europe, they tend to just call Hatha Yoga yoga. But there are actually other forms of yoga, and Kundalini is one of them. Kundalini is actually an ancient technology for yoga that's totally about being healthier. It's about, it's a therapeutic yoga meant to strengthen your nervous system, massage your organs, massage your glands, and make us healthier. Uh, the exercises, postures, whatever you want to call them, aren't as pretty, but they get work done. They are done to make, we want to exercise your kidneys, massage your kidneys. We want to massage your lymph nodes. So we do some funny things in there just to get into different parts of the body. But it's nothing that you can't do. It's good for 10 years old. It's good for 110 years old, because every posture, every exercise is totally modifiable by you to meet your needs that day. If you're having a bad day, you slow down or don't do as many repetitions. If you're having a great energetic day, maybe you go faster. You get to design every posture in every class. And I make suggestions, don't worry. I'm going to send you some class notes today, and it'll have some key takeaways from class, including the description of one of the postures we did today. I think the one I've prepped for today is Open the Curtain. Each class, I send out the description of one form. So if you take multiple classes, eventually you collect the descriptions of all the forms. And of course, you don't even have to have the description, because you can request the video. And there'll be some suggestions for other classes that get set up. Some of them have nothing to do with Tai Chi, some might. I've actually used this option on a previous class I took to discover fun games to play on Zoom. I love that class. The lady leading is very creative, and it's just a lot of laughs. So I highly recommend fun games to play on Zoom. Anytime it pops up and is available to become one of the 3 I recommend, I always recommend it. Now, in the notes, you're going to see an option to give feedback. Please click that button. You'll get this little square over on the right of your screen, and it's going to say rate your session 1 to 5 stars. It's going to default to 4. Rate your guide. That's me. It's going to say 1 to 5 stars, and it's going to default to 4. It really takes very little effort. If you notice, I'm putting my cursor on that 5th star. You just click right there and give it a 5 star, especially the one about the guide. You can just click right there, 5 stars. Feel free to add a comment. We love to hear what you have to say, pro and con. If there's something about the class you want to change, please say so. That's where the idea about lighting up my feet came from one of you saying, I can't see his feet clearly. So these comments are very important. They improve the class. And if you've got something just about Get Set Up in general you'd like to see improve, you got a box down here to enter there. Maybe you want a new class in lawn mowing or hair cutting. Put it in here and say you'd like to have that class. Or maybe you think the scheduling and the booking process needs to change. Put it in there. We want to hear it. These classes and website, it's for you. So we want to please you. Now, the Get Set Up community, and I love calling it a community because it is a community. People are joining and becoming friends, making new friends worldwide. It is wonderful. So spread the word. We love more people. So glad you found it. I'm glad I found it. And maybe if you have an interest, maybe you want to hold an interest group on hedge cutting. Well, email help@getsetup.io and say, I'm really into cutting my hedges and I really want to find out who else is. And you could lead the interest group for hedge cutting. And believe me, it's easy. You just open up the class and say, hello, it's hedge cutting class, and let everybody talk. The interest groups are just everybody talking and sharing knowledge. I've attended a couple and I've enjoyed all of them, and I really got some great vegetarian recipes out of one of them. If there's another class you want, propose it. Maybe you want a class on advanced hedge clipping. Propose it. Just email help and tell them you want that class. They will go looking for a teacher. If you're a member, if you're associated to an assisted care facility or a senior living facility, or maybe you're associated to a government or community organization, especially ones that work with seniors, we would love it if you would send us the contact information at help@getsetup.io so we could reach out to those organizations and see if we can partner with them. Help us grow. And of course, request the recording if you wanted this session. Just email help and they'll set you up with a copy of the recording. And that's it. Cool. Let's see. I actually have a few minutes left today. Isn't that choice? Any questions? Got some time to talk. if you guys have any questions or comments or complaints or I will say John's been with us today. Feel free to go into chat and tell him you appreciate his help, because I know I do. Actually, let me look at chat. There could be something there I should refer to. Let's see. John's been busy making some recommendations of his own in chat. Ellen's Qigong for Beginners. And he gave a link for that. And he gave a link for my Why It's Great for Seniors class. Oh, hi, Karen from Michigan. Anita from San Antonio. Oh, I love San Antonio. You have the best grocery stores in the world at HEB. I would go to San Antonio just to go shopping at HEB, especially the coffee aisle. Anybody got any questions, or anybody else got a favorite grocery store? Anybody else love San Antonio? I love Riverwalk. I teach Tai Chi for Beginners several times a week, so drop in as often as you can. And if you haven't done Shibashi, please come give it a try. It's a total different animal, and it takes no thought at all. You just follow me. I don't ask you to remember it. Now in here, I'm asking you to remember things, but in Shibashi, I don't ask you to remember a thing. Just come and do it with me. I think it's a great practice for us to do every day. And I'm proposing that they offer the class every day. How do we register for your next session of this class? Linda, I'm going to help you do that right now. And Wei Shu, thank you. Have a good, oh, the Bay Area. I love San Francisco too. Love the food. Okay, Isabel, the class that helps exercise kidneys, lymph nodes, etc., is Kundalini Yoga. Let me bring up schedule. I'm going to share my screen with you and take you into my schedule and show you where these classes are and how to find them. That may not be here. That's what I need. Yeah. Let me move some things around so I can clear up my screen for you. Oh, wrong screen. Give me a minute to bring up a, it's wanting me to type a message to Isabel for some reason. Not that I don't want to type a message for Isabel. I just didn't have anything to say right there. Okay. Yeah, this screen should help. Get set up. Okay, when you go to get set up, hopefully you can see my screen. This is the home screen for Get Set Up. Go up to Search, Guides, and Classes. And all you have to do is type my name, Tyarnold. Oops, I misspelled my own name. Nold. Those are going to be my classes. So if you want the Kundalini style chair yoga, just click on that. And it's going to bring the class up. And it's going to tell you when it's being taught. Oh, it looks like I've got one scheduled for June 4th now. So Friday, May 28th, which is a week from today, is already 3/4 booked up. Only 11 seats are left. So if you want it, book. And if you don't make that one, then book for June 4th. Now, if you want to sign up for another class in Tai Chi, just you can go for my name, or you can go Tai Chi, and there it is, Tai Chi for Beginners, and it's going to show you the upcoming classes. There's 12 seats left for Sunday and 20 seats left for Monday. 20. Okay, there's quite a few seats available in the next week. And of course, the other one that I mentioned is Shibashi. And again, if you don't know how to spell Shibashi, just go for my name, Tyarnold. And oh, it's crocheting. I really don't know how to crochet. And there, these are the upcoming Shibashi. I have a Shibashi class on Sunday if you haven't tried it. And, oh, not another one until the following Friday. So if you wanted to try Shibashi, try to make it in on the Sunday one. So it's easy to find classes. You can go by the teacher's name or the guide's name or the class name. So just type it in there. Or if you just want to look around, just go to classes and thumb through them. Yeah, here you just thumb through classes miscellaneously. If you click on schedule over here to the left, see, I'm clicking on classes to get the miscellaneous list and schedule to get the calendar list. On schedule, they will be in calendar order. Like these are the ones remaining today. And here's the ones for tomorrow. And once you book a class, you can click on this at the top. It says my schedule, and it'll list the ones you've got. Like here, I'm booked with Glenda's class on May 24th at 6:30. So that's one that I've booked. So browse will be all classes, and my schedule is the ones that I'm registered for now. And that's a great place to go to launch your class. You just go there and say, yep, I'm ready to join the class, launch it. And if you guys haven't tried live streaming, that's under the button over here called TV.
You gotta unmute yourself.
Whew.
Hi, Sherry. Good to see you. Hi, Pam.
Okay, turn that off. Okay, it is now after the time, so I need to say so long. It's been good to spend some time with you. Hope to see you guys maybe tomorrow or Sunday or Monday in Shibashi or for beginners, either one, or maybe Why It's Great for Seniors, whatever my next few classes are. Until then, take care of yourself, and remember, you got to take care of yourself first, because no matter how much you love those relatives and friends, you can't help them unless you're in good shape. So take care of yourself first so you can take care of others. See you soon.